The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different twists and turns, as well as surprises and revelations in this film by director J.J. Abrams for this movie. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So Episode 9 is getting closer to its release with each and every week that passes by. Like I said, we are now officially 6 months away from the release of this movie come December 19th of this year. It's crazy how fast time is really flying, and with each and every month we will be learning more about this film thanks to Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that we do know that there is going, of course, to be a lot of prequel trilogy references and connections, as well as continuity that will be embedded into the story. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intriguing for Episode 9. So what's really exciting about all of this is that, well, it's described that a description of both Rey and Kylo Ren, where it's described that they are in a standoff in the middle of a rainstorm as they stand on a large piece of wreckage, where Kylo is described to be shouting out dialogue related to his philosophy of the dark side to Rey, where eventually he is described to charge towards her, where they begin their saber duel that is said to have tons of prequel trilogy choreography. The next describes a moment in which Rey attempts to strike Kylo's legs with her saber, where he jumps and performs a front flip over Rey, where their sabers are now locked together as the environment around them begins to morph into the world of Naboo. However, it's said that they are now fighting in the same place seen in The Phantom Menace. The power generator area, where Kenobi and Qui-Gon fought Darth Maul, is now the location in which Kylo and Rey are fighting to the death. It's said that this is where the remixed version of Duel of the Fates by John Williams is said to be inserted to, and that John Williams has already started recording his tracks for the movie. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because this is something truly exciting for every single Star Wars fan out there. Now, honestly, I will say that one of my favorite lightsaber duels, by far one of my favorites, is of course the Duel of the Fates, featuring of course both Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course we got Qui-Gon Jinn with Kenobi fighting side by side against Darth Maul. Now, the fact that John Williams is using the Duel of the Fates music and implementing that into the sequence between both Rey and Kylo Ren, and how they're using that as an attempt in order to bring us back to Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. It's going to be a remixed version of Duel of the Fates, mind you, but it's really going to bring back a lot of those nostalgic moments from the prequel trilogy era. So the thing about this is that we do know that Episode 9 really is going to offer a lot of these prequel trilogy references. Now, the power generator area on Naboo within the city of Theed really is going to be by far one of the best prequel trilogy references, right on top of there with Mustafar and Darth Vader's castle, you name it. Now, these flash fights, I want to go over something here, and why I like them so much is because it brings us back to these iconic moments where you don't have to waste a lot of screen time of our characters traveling there and going there from planet to planet. Now they can literally go from one iconic piece of the Skywalker saga to another if they really wanted to, and that's exactly how they're going to use that in the flash fights. So this really is going to bring us back to the moment between both Qui-Gon, Kenobi, Darth Maul, the famous Duel of the Fates song in the prequel trilogy era, and the fact that John Williams, as we speak right now, is of course recording his tracks for the official film, just tells us how fast they're really getting this movie done. Again, like I have said before in the beginning of this video, 6 months, just 6 months until we get to see this movie. You know, half a year to go. And I think that's really exciting to think about, is that once July hits and San Diego Comic-Con hits is when the marketing of this movie comes into full swing. You know, once that all gets started with a new trailer, we're going to be seeing new footage, new images, new interviews, new answers to certain questions about this movie every single week of every single month leading up to the release of this movie. And not to mention the merchandise, right? Like Lego, the regular toys, the action figures, everything around those lines. That's really going to give us some little hints as to what's really going on for the overall plot of this film. Now, to this day, alright, I will say that there are still mixed reactions of the flash fights and whether or not it's going to be a healthy thing for the Star Wars franchise, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody is open to their own opinion, and I respect that. But in my point of view, I think that the flash fights are going to be something rather unique and original, and something that I really am going to enjoy, as long as it's executed perfectly. It really does have to be done with great visual effects, and I think it should definitely be a sequence or a set of sequences that are really going to cater to the 3D version of the film. So once this movie drops, most likely, like with a lot of franchises out there, there will be a 3D release where you can put those 3D glasses on and watch this movie in 3D. They did it with The Last Jedi, they've done it with other Star Wars films, so why not, right? Now, the flash fights really would definitely benefit from that whole entire experience for sure, without a doubt. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.